Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by everyone that chose to tune in live today. Shout out to Infamy, Mr. Defo, Spider-Man, Desert Rat, WN Stems, Day Day. I guess that's it. Usually no one shows up when we either start the podcast too early or too late. But today we're only 16 minutes late. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. The reason the podcast is even that much late, we were going to start on time today, but nature and spicy chicken and my stomach had other plans. So yesterday I woke up feeling brave. I felt like taking a risk. I felt like getting in a car and speeding. But I didn't want to do that. So I said, you know what, let's find the spiciest thing I can possibly find on the internet and eat it. So I get on Uber Eats, I do my research, I find something called this Houston hot chicken whop sandwich, which I guess is Carolina Reaper powder. So I get it, I get on stream, I'm in my living room, everyone's excited to see what happens. I eat the habanero flavored one, bite it. I go, man, that was delicious. Perfect amount of spice. Then I eat the scorpion pepper one. These are like breaded chickens. What do you call them? Like a little fried chicken. Like a chicken sandwich, but without the sandwich. Chicken tenders. So I eat the scorpion one. I go, oh boy, that was quite spicy. This is getting me a little bit out of my comfort zone. That was very spicy. And then we got to chicken tender number 3, where I took one bite, and it was one of those slow burns where I was like, oh, okay, this is getting really hot, but it's not that bad. But it's still getting hotter. And then it continued getting hotter and hotter until I said, oh, wow, before it was not that bad. Now it's really bad. Then it started getting hotter and hotter, and I said, oh, wow, this is like unbearably hot. And then it kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and then I said, holy fuck, this is awful. And then it kept getting hotter. And eventually I started sucking a ice cube as if it was a man's dick, trying to find some comfort and some cum, one or the other, to erase the heat in my mouth, and nothing seemed to help. Eventually, all of the pain subsided, and I sat back down and I continued my stream. We streamed 7 hours yesterday. Here's the thing. After the 7th hour, I close the stream. I say, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Close the stream. I go to sit down on my couch to watch some Netflix, and then my stomach goes, and I go, oh, that's interesting. And then I get a debilitating cramp in my stomach to where I can't fucking walk. And you're having stomach pain, so you feel like you have to shit. So I go sit on the toilet for 30 minutes. Nothing happens. I'm just fucking in pain. Every one hour I get another cramp. And as Brian described it to me, that's the spices moving through your intestines. So it's pissing off your intestines, and then it pushes it farther down the line, and then the new area of intestines gets like irritated, and then it finally gets used to it. You know, it irritates it, and then it's better now, and then it pushes it down to the next intestines and starts the cramp all over again. So all in total, I had 5 cramps since last night. I had one at 3, one at 4, one at 5, then I had like one at 8, and then one at 9. So 5 cramps. In my experience, the only time you get these spicy cramps is when you eat something like man-made, right? Not like a pepper that just grows. Like when you're doing science experiments to make it hotter, that's when your body's not prepared. Brian once told me, Brian Ames said, even if you eat like a raw ghost pepper, it's never going to upset your insides because it's natural. But if you got somebody, you know, doing chemical experiments on it and turning it into a concentrated extract, then it can really hurt your insides. I don't know how they did that at this chicken place. Oh, by the way, not complaining. Very impressed with their spice level. Very impressed. I would never blame them for making something too spicy that I can't handle. That's not their fault. That's them doing their job, and this is me being overconfident. So they did a great job, and I will gladly eat that restaurant 1,000 more times. I just will be avoiding the challenge level of a spicy meal. But this is the first time I've ever gotten cramps from a dry rub. It's always been from like a liquid extract before. And you can tell the liquid extracts, in my experience, by sniffing whatever you're about to eat. And if it smells like a pepper, you're probably okay. If it smells like an unknown chemical, you're probably going to be dealing with this issue for more than just the duration of your meal. So that was yesterday. Still affecting me today. It's been not an eventful week, really. I mean, the spicy sandwich was probably the most exciting thing, even though it was the worst thing. By the way, we don't know if it's over. I could still take a shit in an hour, and my butt could explode. You guys will find out. I'll be in the died suddenly area of Twitter. Have you guys seen that? It's I don't want to talk about it today, but if you're ever interested, it's all these conspiracy theories about the vaccines. Probably not true, but very interesting. I would love to be on there, just taken out of context completely. Well, first off, it'd be funny if I died from a chicken sandwich. Second off, I died doing what I loved. Third off, I think it'd be funny if they're like, fuck it, Ninja Lifestyle just died unexpectedly. They said his ass exploded. If that's guaranteed vaccine related. And if you're like, well, first off, he never took the vaccine. What he took instead was a very spicy sandwich, which imploded his body from the inside out. And they go, well, that sounds like the vaccine. Nope. It's a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich, and it's much, much more deadly than pussy-ass COVID. Moving on, this week I made 2 videos for Steve Hates Skating. Or no, not 2 videos. So I uploaded 2 extra videos this week is what I meant to say. I did a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I did a Thursday, Friday for Steve Hates Skating. So I was correct the first time I said it. 2 extra videos. One was I announced a celebrity boxing match between Gifted Hater and John Hill. I did that. Hopefully people kind of get the humor, right? Gifted Hater had a clip that came out that was sent to me where he says, John Hill, kill yourself. Which, I don't know, as far as like the rated G YouTubers go, if you pick like a YouTuber that doesn't even use bad language and you choose to tell them to kill themselves, it's kind of like, I can see that as being like bullying. Even though we're all adults, there's no such thing as like bullying at this stage in our lives. But it does seem like a mean thing to say to arguably one of the nicer guys on YouTube. So, since YouTube celebrity, quote celebrity, influencer boxing is so popular right now, I thought it'd be a funny thing to be like, oh, they should box. So I made a video saying John Hill should box Gifted Hater. I think that's hilarious. Also, it's kind of just like bait, right? I tell you guys, this new channel is kind of like fishing. And again, with fishing, I still have yet to catch a fish. But in the idea that, we'll throw some bait here, throw some bait here, throw some bait here. We'll make fun of T-Funk today. Tomorrow we make fun of Jaws. Then we make fun of Leo Romero. Then we go John Hill versus Gifted Hater. And we continue, it's inevitable that we're going to talk shit on Gabe at some point. Maybe in November when we start Novert November. I saw on their podcast, which seems to be doing pretty well. It's really well made, the Braille podcast, not to change subjects too much, but Cairo put Gabe like under the spotlight, like, are you think you're gonna drop in this year? And Gabe's like, I don't know, dropping on a vert ramp. I said, you know what they should do? He should fucking train. He should train all year. And then when November shows up, they should just wrap him in bubble wrap and just force him to drop in. See what happens. Get him in like an outfit to where it's impossible for him to get hurt. I think that would be pretty funny. Anyways, the other video I made this week is a video where I got into the 9 Club. Now, I feel like these cocky videos there's something there. There's something magical about a video where I act super cocky. I think that's why the scooter videos took off initially, is because I landed a tail whip and I just said, oh my God, I'm the greatest. It's so easy. This is stupid. I did the same thing with the 9 Club video today. Current Capel's professional skateboarder does a crooked grind in, big time national contest on ESPN, and they award him a score of 9 out of 10, which is supposed to be very hard to obtain. And I went public and said, I think that trick is easy. Why is his score so high? It doesn't seem right. Well, the people on the internet, they kind of have this, this bias to where it's like, if a professional skateboarder says something, it's the gospel. And if a YouTube skateboarder has an opinion, he's just some kook dumbass. People forget that I've been skateboarding for a really long time, and I've done a lot of little crooked grinds in my life, and even though I'm not, a household name in skateboarding, I still know how to do the tricks and how they feel, even though I'm 10 years out of my prime. That makes the video that much easier for me to make because I have so many disadvantages. So I make this video, I do a crook bonk, first try, no warm-up, in new shoes, with a neck injury, on a crooked, broken flat bar, on terrible ground, in 110-degree weather, no warm-up, and then I did it with no room. And I landed this trick 2 times out of 2 times with all of those factors against me. And oh, by the way, I didn't win best trick. No one paid me to show up. I wasn't getting paid, $7,000 just to be there. I'm going to make $0 off the video. And I was still able to prove not only the pro skaters wrong, but everyone on the internet. At some point, you guys are going to have to appreciate me for what I'm really doing out here. I'm not just yelling on the internet. Sometimes I'm actually doing shit, proving everybody wrong. So that happened this week, and I feel very good about myself for that. Now, still on the topic of commenters, I had a comment this week, or 2 of them, that kind of bothered me. And I don't know why some comments stick out more than others, but let me set this up for you guys and explain why it kind of bothered me. Last week, I did a review where I reviewed the Skate Mafia video. Skate Mafia team changes quite a bit. And there was one part where one of the more prominent Skate Mafia members, one of the more prominent professional team riders, I said, oh, this guy's doing a wall ride. And his name was Wes Kramer. Instead of saying Wes Kramer, I said this guy, because I couldn't think of his name at the time. Oh, the comments went crazy. First off, everyone online wants to correct you about something. He said this guy, obviously this is Wes Kramer. Okay. Listen, you guys follow the more mainstream new age skateboarding right now, okay? I get it. You guys know everyone's name in this video. I don't. This is my first time watching the video. First time ever watching it. I'm watching it live. I'm not looking at all the little names. I didn't look at the credits in the description. I do this in one take, one try. Now, sometimes I'm going to get a trick. I'm going to name the trick wrong because there's so much going on. I'm trying to keep, the airwaves. I'm trying to not have any dead space. I'm not trying to say, well, that's a cool trick. Well, that's a cool trick. Oh, all right. Well, that's a cool trick. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there. Oh, I didn't think he was going to 180 there. Oh, that's a nice kick flip. As you guys have seen me do for years, I try to add my own flair to these videos, and, you're going to make mistakes here and there. I don't look at it as a big deal. I've been watching a lot of Price is Right lately. Even the great Bob Barker makes a couple of mistakes. Why? Because it's fucking live. You only get one chance. Also, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of skateboarders out there, and I couldn't think of one of their names. Guess what? Watch me stream sometimes. I'll be on stream and I'll be like, what's that? Oh, I can't think of that word. What's that white shit that's sweet and granular? People put it on coffee and in cakes. Oh, what is that word? I can't. Oh, sugar. Sugar. I can't think of that word. I sometimes fail to retrieve even the most basic of words. So the idea that, I think what it is the people in the comments, they always want to have like their moment to feel like they're better than you or smarter than you, or they can correct you on something. So of course, instead of saying Wes Kramer's name, I said, well, this guy does a wall ride. I mean, to me, he still is this guy. And I get multiple comments saying, you don't know anything about skating. If you knew anything about skating, you would have known that that guy's name is Wes Kramer. Okay, I get it. I get it. You live in California, and that's your favorite skater of all time, and you had to come in the comments, and you had to fucking let me know. Fine. That's fine. I've been watching skate videos since the year 2000. If I went back and watched an obscure year 2000 video, Pack a Lunch, for example, and I showed you one trick in that video and said, who's this? And you didn't know the answer to this one skateboarder's name way back in 2003, do you think that I'm then gonna go, ha, idiot, doesn't even know that skater's name from 2003 from this one trick that I did in a video you've never seen? I can't believe you're so stupid. No, I don't think anyone would act like that, but this is the world we live in. And I get it. I make mistakes all the time. Let's pretend I had no idea who he was. I've never heard of him ever. Let's pretend that was true. You could just leave a comment saying, his name is Wes. He's actually in a lot of Skate Mafia videos. I'd go, oh, okay, cool. I didn't see Peter Smolik in that video. But here's the thing. I didn't have that wonderful opportunity to prove that I know someone's name. There was no glitter falling from the rafters in a balloon show thanking me for knowing a skater's name. I could get everything right for years and years and years and years. And the one day did I say backside lip slide instead of frontside lip slide, oh, they hang me out to dry. I belong in a guillotine with my head chopped off, naked, being stoned to death while drowning is the only fit punishment for me accidentally saying a name wrong. It's the internet. You know, it's the internet. What are we excited about? What are we thankful for? Well, tonight's guys' night. So I'm going to go get gay with the homies. Gay homie sex all night long. Carne asada night. Going on the grill. Gonna get some salsas. Got the grill. Got the tortillas. Getting them hot. Buddha getting hot. I'm going to pick up some ceviche on the way over there. The ceviche is going to have like, you know, like the tomatoes and the onions and even some punk-ass, bitch-ass cucumber. And then some shrimp is going to be in there. And then some octopus. And you get a big bite. You can see the little tentacles on the octopus. Lime on there. You dip a tortilla chip in there. You go outside in the hot sun. You go, oh, nice refreshing octopus in my mouth. No homo. Yes, homo. Oh, it's going to be great. Then we're all going to go into the garage. And we're going to look in this guy's gun safe and say, oh, you have this gun and I have this gun and we have guns. This is what guys do. They just go stare at guns all day and look at them. They don't even do anything, just looking at them. Then we're going to play a game of darts. Then we're going to play a game of pop darts, which is some game that exists on Amazon. I don't know how exactly it works. It's these things with suction cups. The guys' night is getting to sound gayer and gayer every time I say it. Every sentence makes guys' night into gays' night, gayer and gayer. You throw these suction cups at the wall, and then you throw other suction cups to land by those suction cups. It's kind of like cornhole. It's kind of like horseshoes or like shuffleboard, but with suction. It's it's like shuffleboard, but with more suction and octopus tentacles, you know. And then next thing you know, something's in your cornhole, and the carne asada is gonna be great. I can't wait for guys' night. I can't wait for that. Interesting thing happened here on Twitch. someone has invented this text-to-speech where people in the chat room can write a text message, and then artificial intelligence, the AI module from Frangia or something, can now, it can emulate my voice. So here's what I did. I read this 5-page long script that was filled with just single sentence words like, the cow jumped over the wall. The baby's on fire. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's awkward. The pants on the roof are only found in Spain. You just say a bunch of sentences that make no fucking sense, and I do that for 5 straight minutes, and then I put it into the computer, and then it knows my voice. It mimics the way that I speak, and it does a pretty good job. I'll show you guys after the podcast. I have all that disabled right now, but it's pretty interesting that AI can do that. We've been watching a lot of AI generated stuff on YouTube, and it makes you wonder, right? Think about the first few video games. You get Pong, you get Pac-Man, you get Donkey Kong. You're like, okay, like these games are okay, but what are they gonna look like in 30 years? Now you got fucking crazy ass games coming out all the time. So that makes me wonder, like, okay, maybe this AI is still like stupid. In 30 years, I'm sure people have talked about this already, you won't be able to tell the difference. And one of the channels that I really liked watching here on Twitch, it's like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, and people pay money to make them talk shit to each other. So Donald Trump will be like, Joe Biden, you're a dumb old piece of shit and you can suck my dick. But he says it in a Donald Trump voice. And then Joe Biden says the same thing back. Like, Donald Trump, you're orange fucking little dick bitch. And they talk shit to each other all day long. But they do it in like the perfect voice. And there's videos of them talking. And the AI for their motions and the way their mouths move is really well done. Here's the thing. This is all kind of like new, right? This learning AI bullshit, it's all new. Imagine when it's old. Imagine 30 years from now, I won't know. I say Donald Trump, that fool ain't gonna make it 30 years. I'm saying if there's politics or celebrities or something like that talking to each other, we're not gonna know if it's really them or not because the AI is gonna come so far. So that's something to be scared of, right? Right. You know what's something you don't ever have to be scared of? Winning a free pack of Ninja Lifestyle stickers. No reason to ever be afraid of that because it's great. It costs you nothing. Now, if it was a high price, I'd be like, whoa, that's a little creepy, a little spooky. No. Free. Free for you. In fact, not just free, 4. 1, 2, free, 4. The question today, all you have to do is answer this question correctly. And this is an easy one. This is one back from the old grade school days. Maybe not grade school, but somewhere. The question is, what is the largest organ in the human body? What is the largest organ in the human body? Now, if we're talking about the Grinch, it probably would be his heart. But we're not talking about the Grinch because he's not a human being. I don't actually know what animal that is. I have no idea what that is. Some type of cat? Big green fucking cat? Scoodles! No, Spider-Man says skin. Scoodles says skin. Desert Rat says skin. Infamy says lungs. Love My Toe says skin. Penis. My dick. Large intestine. The winner is Spider-Man. After the podcast, send me a DM and I will get your sticker pack sent out to you. And whoever won last week, I forgot to send yours, so I'll be doing that after the podcast is over. Congratulations for winning. Don't forget, there are no other podcasts that give away free stickers every single episode. I'm really doing some crazy shit here. I'm changing the game. And you guys can feel free to support that by telling a friend about the podcast or getting a goddamn job. And then when you get paid, send all your money to me. Either way, that would be great. What else has been going on? Oh, I saw a trailer for like Fast and Furious 10. Unless there's already a 10, then I would have seen it for 11 or 12. Whatever the new one is, I saw a trailer for it. and I saw The Rock shooting a giant machine gun. And my spider sense went off. I said, The Rock is shooting a giant machine gun. Why does that seem weird? I don't remember, like, what? Something seems weird about that. I was thinking about it. And I was like, oh yeah, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin killed somebody because he's a fucking idiot. And then The Rock got involved and said, oh, guns are causing all these problems. I will never, ever again in the history of the world. I might be doing this quote wrong. And this is not like, I didn't read about this yet. This is just me being a conspiracy guy. He said he's never going to be in a movie with a gun ever again. Now, I'm sure he backtracked. He's like, well, I'm never going to shoot a gun in a movie. Then he's like, well, I'm never going to shoot a gun in a movie at the camera. Okay, I'm never going to change my name to Alec Baldwin and then shoot a gun into a camera at a person without checking the chamber if there's a bullet in it or not. No. But the first thing he said was, I'm not going to be in a movie with guns anymore, despite that being 99% of every movie he's been in. So, The Rock, man, the people's champ, going back on his word. Real heel move, right? Real heel move. These guys, much like Twitter and Reddit as a whole, nobody ever does what they say they're going to do, right? They say they're going to do this. They say they're going to do that. Especially politically speaking, everyone that says, fuck America, I'm going to Canada. None of you motherfuckers went. No one went to Canada. There's no influx of Canadians like going up from America. No one cares. No one did anything. People just want to say shit on Facebook to sound like they're making a difference. The Rock didn't make any difference. He just lied to himself. He lied to me. He lied to you. Moving on. Last week, I talked to you guys about my jenkem interview, and I think it came out great. Last week when I found out that it had gone live, I didn't have a chance to read it before the podcast. So now I have had a chance to read it, and I think they did a really good job. They actually made me sound like smarter than I actually was. So there were some sentences where I would say like 2 or 3 or 4 like jumbled sentences, and whoever edited it would make those 4 jumbled sentences into a complete thought. So they made me sound maybe even better than I am. The only problem I have is there was one part of that interview where I was like, hey, I know you have all the questions, but I had one thing that I wanted to kind of throw out there to add to whatever you're writing. He's like, yeah, sure, go for it. Like, what do you want to talk about? I was like, well, I think I would be one of the best skateboarding commentators ever for live events. Now, that doesn't mean like the hype guy. That doesn't mean I go out there with a mic and a giant speaker yelling at people. Let me see your hands. Yeah, okay. Are you guys ready for some skating? Okay, I can't hear you. Oh, you guys ready for some skating? You guys like Nyjah, Ryan Sheckler? Okay. I don't want to be that guy. I hate that guy. I want to be the guy in the air-conditioned booth explaining why this trick is hard, why that trick is hard, what do we expect, what was unexpected. I want to be like the analyst. I want to be the guy that's not screaming, not being super emotional, just kind of calmly explaining what you're seeing in front of you, why you should matter, why this is groundbreaking, explaining some of the trick names, why the tricks are named that. I feel like that's something I would really be great at. And I've talked to you guys about this several times in the past, but they left that part out of the interview. Now, jenkem is pretty well respected in the core skateboarding community. So I was hoping if I put that little tidbit in there, that it would make it, I don't know, at least a little bit more tangible for me to possibly reach out and get a job interview for something like that. I think that'd be really cool. But the dream is not over. We're going to wait for more live events. We're going to do live commentary on Twitch, and I think we'll figure something out. So that's, as far as that goes, disappointed they didn't include that in the article. But still, the article came out great. If you haven't seen it, just type in jenkem.com, or maybe it's Jenkem Skate Mag. Whatever. Type in Jenkem Black Ninja, and my article will come up. And they said a lot of nice things about me. And I got a lot of positive text messages from my friends. Everyone's really happy about that. Now, what did I watch this week on Netflix that you guys might be interested in? I don't even know why I do movie reviews, because no one's ever commenting like, wow, you told me about this movie and I watched it. It's just whatever. We're trying to kill time, right? We're trying to kill time. Stupid fucking podcast. I watched a stand-up called Mark Normand, I think. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like an hour of just one-liners, which I was smoking on the W. So the one-liners, you think about it, you smoke a lot of the W. You can't, you give me a 30-minute long joke and the punchline is at the end. I forgot how the joke started. I don't even know how we got here. You give me a bunch of jokes that were each one is about 15 seconds long, and I'm just sitting there like, good one. So if you like that style of comedy, definitely check it out. You might like it. You'll know within the first 10 minutes if you're going to like the rest. So if you like comedy, I don't know if it's new, but it popped up on like things you might like on Netflix. So I clicked it and I liked it. I also watched a movie called The Tutor. Someone suggested I watch The Tutor, and I did watch it, and I thought it was really good. It's about this guy that tutors only super rich kids, but oh no, does he have something terrible lurking in his past? I don't know. So that's kind of like a mystery, and the whole time you're like, wow, this is a great movie. Oh man, this is like exciting. Oh shit, there's a twist. Oh fuck, like didn't expect this. Oh man, like what's going on? And then at the end, everything falls apart. And when I say falls apart, I mean it's like if you're writing a movie or you're directing it or whatever, you're in charge of the storyline, and you're like, okay, we got this cool ass story, and I'm tired. Let's just end it. They didn't put any like thought, or they didn't put anything into the climax. It was just like rising. Oh, the tension's here, and then okay, we didn't know what to put, so we just kind of just ended it. Terrible ending. If you guys have watched it or do watch it, feel free to talk to me on Discord or Instagram or Twitter or something, and say like, oh yeah, you said that movie was great until the end. I watched it until the end, and you were right. It got shitty at the end. Okay, good. So, two things on Netflix: Mark Normand and The Tutor. That's all I got, guys. I'm lucky we made it through this podcast with my stomach exploding. I would love to get a hell yeah out of everyone here who tuned in live for the podcast right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. We do this podcast every single Friday starting around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. I try to be on time. I'm not always on time. You know what? The spicy chicken prevails. That's what chooses what happens to me throughout the week, and that's that. I pay that forward to you guys. What else has been going on here? Thank you to iBookBoy for 29 months of subscribing. That was really nice. Also, Snorch Carp donated some bits, and also Retro USAK sent some bits. I appreciate you guys supporting the podcast. Shout out to iBookBoy, Love My Toe, Mr. Defo, Paul Miranda, Spider-Man, WN Stamps, and don't forget about Day. Again, you guys can always send money. Money, when you send money to me, it goes directly into my belly. And if you don't send any money, you want me to starve to death. That's fine. But guess what? We can compromise. You don't have to send money. You can tell a friend about the podcast. You can tell a coworker, a family member, even a complete fucking stranger out there on the street. Tell them, you like podcasts? And they go, no. Well, have you heard of Stop Crying Poser? No English, no. Well, you got to check out Stop Crying Poser on iTunes, on YouTube, on Podbean. It comes out live on Twitch, but then the repeat comes out on Sunday, so you can listen to it on your way to Trabajo. Okay, sound good. Okay, nice to meet you, amigo. And then look what you did. You did a good deed for me. I just made up that situation, but that could be you. Look, imagine just people cheering for you. Oh my God, yes, you saved the podcast. See, that's what you could be experiencing right now, but you're not. So get to work out there, you lazy bum. I appreciate everybody for tuning in live. And again, you can watch the repeat on Sunday just in time for your drive to work. And I think that's all I got today. I'm getting ready for my gay party. My guys' night with the carne asada. And I hope you guys have a great Friday, a great weekend. Be careful out there. And as I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. If you go to Houston Hot Chicken, don't buy the whop. Don't buy the whop burger or chicken. Don't buy anything that says whop ever.